Well, I'm working on something on court for the Spokane newspaper.
Okay.
You know what I noticed tonight I thought was really cool is on the comeback and still sort of a dogfight toward the end of the third, beginning of the fourth, she was on the bench. First one up with Candace, cheering. I mean, here are two of the greatest players in the history of the game. And they're become fans of the players that are on the court. What does that say about?
Yeah, I mean, that's just how they are, as players. They just want to win, Obviously, everyone wants to be on the court, but, when something's going well, you celebrate your teammates, and it's just good energy to give back. And, that's just who they are as people. And it really helps us, especially coming from our leaders.
I called her a silent assassin earlier because I said, she just kind of is, with all the accolades in her decorated career, you have people like Sue Bird and Diana, right? But she's right there. But she said, that's exactly where I want to be.
Yeah.
In the spotlight.
Yeah. I mean, that's just who she is. She's never been someone that, wants so much attention, but I think that, she's getting that later on in her career and getting what she deserves. And she just lets her game do the talking. And that's just who she is. And I think that's how she likes it. And it's working out well for her.
Great, thanks.
Yep. We'll go to James K on Zoom.
Hey, Ali, thanks for your time. What was the message from James after that first quarter when you're down 48-18? And I'm sorry, I couldn't really hear the question from before, so I apologize if you're answering it again. But
no, it's okay.
What was James telling you after the first quarter?
We were pretty calm, actually. We're just kind of talking about defense and that we had to, put their percentages down. They were shooting like 60-something from three. We were shooting pretty well, so it was just about, okay, let's just keep doing what we're doing on offense and just get some more stops and just chip away. And I think it was just, we kind of stayed calm through it and just tried to chip away one at a time.
Yeah, thank you.
Yep.
Stephen Gardner.
Hi, Harry. Stephen Gardner from Nursing Bowl Sports here. So you really caught a groove in your shooting in terms of whether it's transition, off the screens, or off the movement. Talk about how you've adjusted to coming out of the slump and just the overall presence and dynamic that you bring to the office when your shots fall.
Yeah, I just try to do what I can, whether it's taking the shots or setting screens, making the pass. I just try to know that when I'm in the action, something good will happen. It doesn't always have to be me scoring, but you just stay confident that, what you've done in the past, it's gonna work. Just, keep at it and stay confident. So that's what I try to do the last few weeks or so.
Danny.
Hey, Ali, thanks for your time. I wanted to ask about Courtney a bit. I mean, obviously she was great throughout the game, really stepped up in that fourth quarter. This seems like a trend kind of where Courtney really steps up in these fourth quarters, really takes leadership on the floor. Can you just, talk about, her mindset as it in those moments and what she contributes in those moments?
Yeah, I feel like she's so confident in the fourth quarter, and we're so confident in her. We want the ball in her hands. She's able to make plays for other people, but, she can score too. She's adding that to her game and just doing really well. I think it's just what you need with a point guard, with a leader, and we have all the confidence in her. So, she's doing really well in the fourth quarter this year. I think there's some probably stat about her, like closing the games for us. So we just trust her. So we're just going to keep giving it to her.
Mike.
Thanks so much.
Mike Hughes.
Hey, Ali, obviously this isn't the first time against the Aces this season that you've been down a large deficit early on. Can you kind of talk about the message in the locker room and the message between you guys going into the second half of the game, knowing you're going up against such a tough defense like this?
Yeah, I think the momentum shifted. We had 50 points at halftime, so we weren't talking too much about offense. It was just about our defensive scheme. I think we switched a couple things on defense and felt really confident about that. So we had the momentum going into halftime, so we were just really confident, all talking and, staying connected about what we wanted to do in the second half. So it was a good halftime.
Michelle Vopel.
Yeah, Allie, you've been in the league a long time and you know that there are, swings and momentum in games, but this is literally the biggest comeback in the history of the entire league. Can you kind of put that in perspective, just to be part of something like that?
Yeah, I mean, it's not something I want to do again, but we were just kind of weirdly calm. They're such a fast-paced team, and so are we. So I just feel like there wasn't time to worry about the next play or even the score. It was just kind of okay, just keep chipping away. So obviously, looking back, it's unbelievable to be able to come back from that much, and just shows what we're capable of, and to know what we can do when we really want to put our minds to it and play the style we want to play. So we just got to learn from that first quarter and just try not to do that again.
Thank you.
Thanks, Allie.
No problem. Thank you, guys.
congrats on the win tonight.
Thanks.
I don't know if you know this, but after the first Aces game, the Chicago Sky's head coach and general manager told the in-person media that we should keep the narrative going about how the Aces are the best team in the league. Do you feel like today was a statement win across the board with just how you were able to take care of business tonight?
I mean, they're a great team. I think we're a great team, and they're first in the ranking. So it's just we just wanted to win, and we wanted to play to our potential. So no statements. We just focused on us.
What were you telling the team after that first quarter when you're down 41-18? I mean, you end up, having the biggest comeback in WNBA history. I mean, what are you telling your team there to, make sure to get the train back on the tracks?
I felt like they put us on our heels, and we were fine. We just have to just keep pushing, stay aggressive, keep playing together, stay connected, and we'll give ourselves a shot. We don't feel like we're out of any game, and so we just felt like if we do what we're supposed to do, we'll give ourselves a really good shot, no matter what the first quarter says or no matter what the announcer announces.
Thanks, Coach.
Carly Bell from Marquee. Carly?
Hey, Coach, again, congratulations on such a win. Azuree
Carly.
Stevens was kind of the main reason that you guys were able to hang around in that first half, and she was perfect in the first half from the floor. She's really just had an unbelievable season. What have you just seen with her progression so far now that we're almost at the halfway point?
She's been great for us. Really important. She's a champion on and off the floor, and she was giving us life because she kept making shots and big shots to stop whatever runs that they would have, and just kind of kept us, going and getting deflections and getting her hands on balls and just being in the right place in the right time, and and just if you had any sense of doubt, her play wouldn't let you doubt us at all, and so it was really cool to see that,
And then I think this game is the perfect example of the type of resiliency that your team has and the type of fight that your team has. I know you've talked about it enough, this season, but again, just after this performance, how would you describe just the chemistry and tenacity of this team as a whole?
I think having people that have been through the wars to win championships says a lot, and it's not easy. It's not easy to win in this league, and and so that people besides you have done it, and so you have confidence in them, and it only helps you have confidence in yourself and have confidence in the collective. I thought our coaching staff did a great job of preparing. It was Ann Waters' scout win, and so we were pretty happy about that, and I think the players wanted to win it for us. So it was just a good all-in-all effort, and for us to have the confidence that we do in each other and in this group, I just felt like it was a good win.
Thanks so much, Coach.
Thanks.
Two more. We'll go to Danny and then Steven. So Danny Bar-Levy first.
Hey, Coach. Thanks for giving us your time. The Aces tonight became just the 7th team, I believe, in WNBA history to only be issued 6 personal fouls, and obviously that reflected, with y'all not getting to the line until you already had the lead. I was just wondering if you could talk a bit about what it says again about this team's fight and their ability to just get going on offense without trips to the line to, get them going.
We can't depend on that. We just have to just play our game, and I think we're good enough to win games in spite of not getting to the line. So we just we can't worry about it, and I have to. If I don't focus on it, they won't focus on it either, and so everything kind of starts with me, and so I just have to get us going and just have to coach us to the point where if we feel like we're the best team, then we can't worry about how many free throws we're taking, or we just have to do the other things well.
All right, Stephen Gardner, last question.
How you doing, Coach? Stephen Gardner from
What's up?
Listen Bowl Sports. So last time out against the Aces, you spoke about how you guys are at your best when your defense allows you to flow into your offense. And speaking to that, you guys were down 28. You had a message you said at halftime, and then you guys came out, and your scheme versatility was all over the place with break switches, scram switches, and all of those things of that nature. So talk about how just when you guys are completely connected defensively, how your versatility just allows you to kind of dictate things, and when you dictate things, how that allows you guys to just be the best team in the WNBA, in my opinion.
I mean, when we're connected, and we're focused, it's really hard to beat us. And we were tonight. It's just hard, and we've been through those battles together. So it just says a lot for our team. But if we keep that same mindset and that same togetherness, then it's just we'll be a team that's hard to play against. And I think that was the case tonight. And so the message at halftime was we did a good job of staying in it, and I think we outscored them by 12 in the second quarter. So we felt like, okay, we can do that again. And we turned around and outscored them by 19 in the third, and that kind of put us in a like a free win where our momentum was there, and we just kept it going.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Hey, Z, thanks for your time. You just pulled off one of the biggest comeback in WNBA history. I mean, what does that just say about where this team is at? We're just being able to stay calm in moments like this.
I think a lot of us, especially the returners, we've been in these situations before. So I think it just speaks to our experience, and even the new additions we have. Emma, she's been in a lot of high pressure situations. So I think it just speaks to the experience that this team has. And I'm really proud of the way that we just stayed calm on the really good run that they had in the first quarter.
Yeah, what was the vibe like after the first quarter and at halftime as you lost in the deficit?
Obviously we were pretty stunned, but I think that's just how it goes sometimes. They came out really, really hot, and all we could really do was just control the controllables. It's nothing we could do really looking back at the first quarter in that moment besides just move on and be like, okay, what's next? What are we going to do to start coming back? And I think that's a sign of a really good team. Teams are going to come out sometimes and be really hot, but it's like, how do you respond? And I really think we did a great job of just responding quickly to that run they went on.
Thank you.
Carly Bell from Marquee.
Hey Z, first off, you've just had an unbelievable comeback season, with your injury last year and doing everything this season. You've really kind of hit your stride over these last 3 games. Has there been something that you've been working on specifically in practice, or has there been something that you've really been wanting to focus on over these past 3 games for you to be putting up, 15 plus points and shooting perfect from the floor in the first half?
Thank you. Just meditation, really. I don't know. I've tried to play this way all the time. Some nights the ball just doesn't go in, but I try to just focus on what can I control, and just be aggressive. I think I'm at my best when I'm aggressive because I just can score in a lot of different ways, and my teammates do a really good job of just finding me in good spots. And so I really try to just focus on knocking them down. And it's been a hard season. We're traveling a lot. It's crazy hours. We left Indy really early and got here, and it was like time change and everything, and it's really easy to get sort of lost in all of that. But I try to just stay calm and keep my mind together. So I don't know if that's really can attribute to that, but I'm sure that it's really been helping me. So yeah.
Thank you, Z.
Thanks.
Go to Stephen Gardner, Nuts and Bolts.
It was a great game today.
Thank you.
So you're welcome. So you guys, to beat the Aces, you have to be comfortable. You have to have front court pieces that are comfortable enough to switch onto their crafty and explosive guards. And you guys have 3 front court pieces that can do so viably at any given moment in time. So talk about how much of just a comforting feeling it is to have, whether it's you or Emma or Candace, is able to execute whatever scheme you guys have in place to get stops.
Yeah.
Surmountedly, like you guys came back from.
Yeah. I mean, I've been saying this since the preseason. Like, I think that's one of the biggest keys to how incredible this team is that we have so many players that can play multiple positions, and even our guards can play multiple positions. We don't have traditional guards. We have bigger guards that can play the 2, the 3, the 1. Like, we just have so many just matchup nightmares, and it's really hard for other teams to match up with that. Like the starters, the bench. I mean, it's just one of our strengths is the versatility that we have, and I mean, I think it's an amazing asset because we can switch, we can do multiple defenses, we can mix and match things up, and it's not like we have to only play one defense because we have posts that can't go out and force players that are quicker to take contested jump shots. I mean, that's one of the hardest shots to make in basketball is a pull-up jumper. So there are some players who can do it, but that's not a high percentage shot. So I think it's just incredible that we're able to have players who can hold their own against really talented guards.
Last question, we'll go to Rafiq.
This is Rafi Kunota, but that's Sports Talk. Congratulations on the victory, Azrae Stevens.
Thank you.
I just want to ask you, I know you were asked this a couple of times, but being able to be part of history of one of the greatest comebacks in a WNBA game against one of the top teams in the WNBA, what goes through your mind?
I mean, it's pretty incredible. I mean, I know that in the first quarter, they were announcing that this was the second highest, I think, points the Aces have scored in program history, and I know that we didn't really talk about it, but like it was on all of our minds. We don't want to be a team. We've been known to step our defense up. So I think it's awesome that we were able to come back and make history. It's always a fun, special feeling and encouraging when you're chugging through this journey of the season to make history. It's a nice reminder that things are working out for you and you're on the right track. So it's just a pretty great feeling.
And even though the Stars did most of the well-balanced offensive attack, you had 19.7 rebounds and 7 assists coming off the bench. Like, how incredible is it to be the bench factor in this offensive comeback?
It feels pretty good. I think as speaking on behalf of the bench unit, like we take a lot of pride in coming in and just adding pressure. And we knew tonight that, the Aces, they rely on their starters very heavily. So we knew that it was something that as the bench, we would have to come in and sort of be that difference maker. And yeah, we were just doing our job.
And what can you do, which is my final question, to avoid this deficit in the first place?
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I think some of our schemes we started off hedging. So, I mean, we thought that would be effective, and credit to the coaches. Like we switched on the fly to doing a different scheme. So, I mean, we could have probably played a little bit harder, but sometimes teams just come out really hot. And I really think that's what happened tonight. They just came out literally hitting everything. And what was most important is that we just stuck with it.
Thanks,
Good luck in the
Rafiq.
next game.
Thanks, Rafiq. Thanks, Z.
Thanks.